Awake. Awake. Finally. Oh.
Hi, this is Patricia from Ground Floor. Is this Morgan Morgendorfer?
That's Dr. Morgan Morgendorfer. What is it now?
Well, you have a Grace waiting for a 3:15 appointment. They seem pretty upset.
Tell them I'm in a meeting and reschedule it.
That would be the third time this month. I'm not sure if that's the right thing.
Fine. Let them in.
Will do. Have a great day.
Aren't you going to ask how I've been?
Of course. If you can just hold on.
I've been holding on for over a month.
And I do apologize for that. Work here seems to schedule meetings at the very last minute. So, how have you been?
Well, firstly, haven't exactly been sleeping that well. I don't know why, but I've just been super lethargic lately. What do I do, Morgan? Morgan? You weren't even listening?
Wait. Not a pillar? Ooh.
What? Not a pillow. What are you doing? What are you drawing? Let me see. Nothing but doodles. Yeah. This was a huge waste of my time and my mental health care plan.
In my defense, this is also a significant waste of my time.
I can't believe you. You've been my therapist for 6 months and I've seen you twice. This time around, you weren't even asleep. You are the worst. Thanks for nothing.
You're welcome. Now, where was I?
Hello?
Cancel my appointments for the rest of the day. Tell them I'm in an all-day meeting.
Again, but...
Now that should help me catch up on some sleep. Bottoms up. Good night, world. Don't bother waking me up.
Salutations, Morgan. Glad you could finally make it.
Where am I? Who are you? Why am I here?
Oh, mortals. We're in the underworld, Morgan. The bad place. Hell, whatever you want to call it, you're in it.
Then that would mean I'm...
Yes, Morgan, quite dead, in fact. Died in your sleep of all things. Though, I guess that must be a paradise for you.
What? No, not the dying part.
Well, too bad. This place not paradise. Though some might say it's everything you deserve. Anyway, I'm Lucifer. I'm the current CEO of Hell. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I know you. My dreams.
Oh, that. Standard protocol. I've been spying on your dreams, seeing what makes you tick, preparing your afterlife. Since it looked like, well, your death day was coming and you weren't going to be improving any time living.
Hey, that's rude.
What were you expecting from one of hell's demons?
I guess that's fair.
Although, I do like to think things have been fairer since I became CEO.
How does that work?
How does what work?
Becoming CEO of hell.
Depends on the era. This time around, the previous CEO, Satan, simply retired. And I, his most promising apprentice, gladly took his place. The process can be a bit bloody at times.
I see.
You should know, Morgan. Normally I don't talk to the recently damned like this.
You don't?
Fresh souls. No, normally by now we'd have one of our lower level demons have this talk. I'd imagine they'd be discussing how you'd be tortured for eternity.
Yay.
Typically, the rank and experience of a demon fits the soul's level of malevolence. Take someone like yourself, for instance. A mediocre human like you would have an intern of all things assessing you.
Should I be insulted by that? I feel like I should be insulted by that.
How naive. I'm not telling you to hurt your feelings, Morgan. Rather, I'm trying to say you're a very unique case.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is, Morgan, I need you. I'm in the middle of a brand new project around here, and well, you died at the perfect time for it.
For what exactly?
To be perfectly honest with you, Morgan, I'm very new to this whole CEO thing. And well, you're the first therapist to be sent down here who's since then.
The hell do you need a therapist for?
One of the reasons I took this here gig was to bring a new era to the demons and damned souls here in hell. The ways of the old are, quite frankly, outdated. And I want to change that. The poor, unfortunate souls stuck here, Morgan, are suffering. I mean, that's the idea, but it's not in the way we'd like here. And so are their assigned demons sent to torture them. There's no therapy programs down here. No way to keep my demon's welfare in tip-top shape as demonly possible. I want to change that. All of that. And for that, Morgan, I need a therapist. Someone who can make my vision a reality. And that person is you.
You're joking, right?
No?
Can't you find another therapist for this? I mean, surely there must be someone down here who's more qualified.
Probably. But I want someone new. Someone fresh to hell who hasn't had the opportunity to be tortured yet. Enter you, Morgan.
Oh, hold on, give me a second. Oh, what a joke. Find someone else for this. I'm out.
Did I mention what your assigned torture program would be, Morgan?
Anything else is better than what you're suggesting.
Even an eternity with no sleep?
You wouldn't.
I'm the CEO of hell. I can do whatever the hell I want. And what I have planned for you, Morgan, if you don't take me up on my rather generous offer, is the following. Subject 1063429, Morgan Morgendorfer. Torture consists of body being strapped to the most uncomfortable sofa in hell, with eyes forced open by hooks. They must watch marathons and marathons of advertisements and paint drying compilations whilst being injected with caffeine and sleeping pills. Forever, eternally tired, but unable to rest. Forever and forever. So what will it be, mortal? Will you help me establish therapy in hell? Or will you go forever without sleep? The choice is yours.
Fine, I'll do it.
Excellent. Here's your first couple of clients. First one should be arriving in your office in about an Earth hour. Pleasure doing business with you.
You too, I guess. An office?
Oh, right. That door should take you directly there. Off you go. Oh, and Morgan, there's a reward in it for you if you actively shine at this.
You mean going to heaven?
Maybe. So don't shirk your duties. Otherwise, it's an eternity of no sleep for you.
Right. Thanks for the reminder. I thought dying meant I wouldn't have to deal with people like this anymore.
Is this a bad time to be walking in?
Great. Just what I needed. I don't suppose you're my first client, Amon, are you?
I know I'm a little early, but when I heard that Hell was finally introducing a therapy program, I just had to sign on right away.
Wonderful. Well, go on, take a seat.
Am I supposed to sit in that armchair? It looks a little scary.
Fine. Right then. Now, since I don't know you and I hope you don't know me, let's start simple. Why exactly did you want to be here?
I want a friend. Here in Hell, I'm a bit different among the other demons. Some of them would even say I'm better off in heaven. But I don't know why they would say that. I'm as much as a demon as any of them.
I'm not sure either. So would you say you're lonely down here?
A little.
Look, if you want a friend here, I'm sorry, but I can't.
Oh, why not?
As a therapist, I can't exactly be friends with my clients. It wouldn't do well at all.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Hey, look, that doesn't mean I can't help you though. It's just as long as we're here, I can't be your friend helping you. It's like a teacher in school, you know, helping you with your homework. I'm supposed to be here to talk things out and make you a better person. So let's try doing that. Okay?
Can I ask you a question?
Usually I would ask most of the questions, but sure, why not?
Why did you want to be a therapist?
Me? Oh, you don't need to know that.
Why not?
Look, it's a bit personal, isn't it?
Is it?
Okay, let's move on, shall we?
Why though?
Look, how do I make this as clear as I can? The answer I had just isn't the answer anymore.
What was the answer before?
Don't really know that well anymore. I guess at the time I wanted a career that paid well, a job with fairly flexible hours. Therapy was one of the few things that resonated with me at university, so here I am.
That's a good answer. What changed then?
I guess I didn't expect therapy to be so draining. Eventually it burnt me out. Now all I want to do these days is just sleep. The last thing I wanted to do was more therapy, more emotional labor to fix problems when I don't have any spoons left to fix my own. It's a struggle to even pretend to genuinely care about the people I'm supposed to be helping. So I just stopped caring. It was easier to ignore everyone's problems. It was easier to ignore my own. Eventually it became a habit. I couldn't break it. Even if I wanted to. I took it to my grave. So how am I gonna fix all the glass people down here? How am I gonna escape being tortured for eternity when I need to be patched up too? I'm just a glass person too, as fragile as anyone I see down here. And right now I'm fragmented. A million itty bitty pieces, just broken, really. Broken. Wait, who's supposed to be the therapist here?
You? Don't feel too bad if you're unsure, though.
See, that's just it though. I've been a therapist for so many years, and yet I never had my own.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, Amon, it's really, really bad. Anyways, usually this is a part of our session where I pretend we've run out of time and wrap things up. But honestly though, I can't really tell how much time has passed down here. So I'm gonna have to end our session here, if that's all right with you.
Sure thing. This has been the most fun I've had in a while, and none of it was at my expense either.
It's great. Well, I don't want to be doing any more of this therapy, at least not until I can find someone else to do some counseling. For once, I'd like someone else to do some emotional labor. All right, then. I'll see you.
Wait,
Oh,
if you want a
what?
therapist, I know someone who can help.
Who?
Follow me, I'll show you.
Fine. Lead the way.
It's a bit early for a weekly book club. I see you brought a friend as well with you, Amon.
Well, they told me we can't be friends, so...
Is that true? That's disappointing. So why did you bring them?
They needed help helping me, so I brought them here. If that's all right with you, Charlie.
Doesn't matter either way. I'll be gone in a few anyway.
For what?
Daily torture. Strapped to the most uncomfortable chair in the universe while a demon reads out the dictionary in the most droll and unassuming of dictions.
Couldn't you just fall asleep?
If only were that simple. You see, they keep my eyes open in a manner reminiscent of Anthony Burgess's A Clockwork Orange and inject my veins with caffeine so I never feel tired.
That sounds really painful.
It's designed to be, and by now I should hate the very thought of reading a book. Guess that just makes me a masochist.
Is this how you're going to help me, Amon? Show Joel a book room and have them recount their torture?
I'm right here.
All this does is just make me really want to take a nap. Not because I'm tired, just because I really, really don't want to be here right now.
Oh, Morgan, that's not why I brought you here at all.
It's not?
Charlie here just doesn't read books. They were also a therapist. They can give you therapy.
Someone else to do the emotional labor.
So you brought a therapist here for some therapy. Fun thought, but did I ever agree to this, Amon?
If you agree to this, I'll come to your weekly book club.
Done. Now let's begin.
Right.
Amon, as much as I would love for you to stick around, this is one of those things that we talked about.
Something that's none of my business?
Exactly. Therapist-client confidentiality and all that. So, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. I'll go.
And remember, Amon,
Just because you're being told to leave doesn't mean that everyone suddenly hates you. How could I forget?
good. Now go.
Yeah, I get it.
Excuse Amon. Despite them likely being infinitely older than us two, they're still very much a child.
I get the gist of it.
Anyway, shall we get started with some CBT?
CBT?
Cognitive behavioral therapy. It's one of the first psychological treatments they should have taught you.
I might have missed that one.
Strange, but okay. What about, you ever heard of that one?
No. Am I supposed to?
If you studied to be a therapist, then yes, you should have.
Well, I most definitely studied to be a therapist. Thank you very much.
Then you at the very least know what these treatments are all about. What about psychoanalysis, psychodynamic, humanistic behavior therapy? Ring any bells?
Maybe. Kind of foggy.
Seriously? Do you use any of these kinds of psychotherapies?
Honestly, no. I don't think so.
Then what were you doing? What kind of treatment were you conducting with your clients?
Honestly, I just let them vent and pretended to listen. And when they were all done, I was like, oh, that sounds really, really bad. Or, yeah, what you think would be most helpful in your situation. Stuff that honestly anybody could make up and say, really.
Seriously?
And I wouldn't even consider doing any more of this. But the CEO down here says it's either therapy or eternal torture. And I would really much rather catch up on some sleep, not lose more of it while I'm here. So that's why I'm here. Because quite frankly, I'm not just burnt out. I genuinely don't even know how to do this job anymore.
And Lucifer seriously chose you. Of all therapists, you're the worst.
Wait, what do you mean? You knew about the program?
I was the first one to approach Lucifer when I first heard rumors of their first big change. an actual therapy program. Naturally, I wanted to be a part of it, especially if it meant escaping my own daily torture. But Lucifer wouldn't budge. They wanted someone fresh from the living world, someone who hasn't been tortured yet or scarred by this place. You know what that means?
What exactly?
The only reason why it's you and not me is because I happen to die a little bit earlier than you. Because I am obviously a lot more qualified than you. That's for certain.
Well, you got me there. I mean, I wish it were you too. Then that would mean I wouldn't have to pretend to know what I was doing, really.
Tell you what, you need someone to be your therapist. And you definitely need someone to give you a refresher on how to actually do your job, right?
Right. Where are you going with this?
I'm going to show you the ropes. Be your mentor. That way, at least Hell doesn't have an incompetent jerk because it's premier therapist.
Really? I mean, I would love that, but
It's fine. It's better than nothing, I suppose. Just whatever you do, just listen. And try not to be a jerk about it. I don't want this to turn into its own kind of torture.
yeah, of course.
That sounds promising. Oh, one more thing. Lucifer cannot know.
Why not?
I kind of feel like this is the kind of thing that will land both of us in hot water. Literally. So, whatever you do, take all the credit. Don't mention that you're getting help from me in any way. You can mention the book club though.
Okay. Is that healthy? I mean, my conscience isn't all that bothered, but I feel like I should ask anyway.
Fine. Just as long as you get results and you don't give therapy a bad name. It's fine. Anyway, let's get started with some CBT. So, if you remember, CBT is all about recognizing maladaptive thoughts and behaviors and reframing them in a more positive direction. Like, if your friend can't meet up with you tonight because they're busy, a person with maladaptive thoughts may think that it's really because the other person doesn't like them anymore and doesn't want to hang around them. We ask our patient to think about things from a different perspective. Maybe their friend really was busy, or maybe they double booked and realized too late and didn't want to say. Maybe they're just not up to going out. There's 1,000 and more reasons why someone may cancel on you without that reason involving cognitive biases, like a friend hating your guts.
Okay. That's a lot to remember.
It can be tricky at first, but just think about the basics. Identify the maladaptive thoughts, the behaviors they influence, and how to reframe one's perspective. Make sense?
Yes.
This is gonna take a while.
Do you have an appointment?
Honestly, Lucy, do I even need one?
I was wondering when you'd be visiting me, Azzy.
Have you had a chance to redecorate yet? It still looks mostly the same.
I can assure you I did. My rebranding is less surface level and more way deep down.
Like your therapy program.
Exactly. Knew you'd come around to that eventually.
I never said that. Have you had a chance to think about what could go wrong with your little scheme?
Not particularly. It's not something I deemed worthy of thinking about.
So you didn't think about the consequences? Classic, Lucy. For one, do you have any evidence that this therapy even works?
Well, there's been lots of evidence on the living world therapy works. The research there has
But
been...
not here, right?
Well, no, but all the more reason to get an experiment like this off the ground.
Experiment? So that's what you're calling this now? Did you get approval to do this?
Of course I got approval to do this. From me, myself, and I. And I am the ultimate authority around here.
You're the CEO. You would still need to get clearance from somewhere, like an ethics board.
You of all people should know hell doesn't have an ethics board. Yet, anyway. That's actually one of the things I want to change now that I'm here.
You really did love dreaming big, didn't you? Well, just as long as that power doesn't go to your head. Anyway, what about this mascot, the face of your new program? What was their name? Mordred?
Morgan, you know their name.
Does it matter? They're just another soul to be tortured.
Not this one. This one is special. They're going to inject some much needed positive vibes into this old heap of fire and brimstone.
And you know if they're qualified?
Of course I do. I spied on their dreams and everything.
What useful information could you glean from their dreams?
Well, they sure do like to dream a lot. About sleep. While they're asleep.
That's a bit boring, isn't it?
Not the most boring thing imaginable. And besides, they've already started with Amon. If anyone can help that demon, it's them.
Are you sure about that?
As sure as hell.
You did that on purpose. Well, I wish you all the worst with this little program of yours. I hope it fails.
It was nice seeing you too, Azzy. Did they agree to it?
After a while of stroking their ego, yeah.
Good. Good.
Was it really necessary? It could have been me. It would have been easier. I could have.
Charlie, it has to be this way.
And you couldn't have told them that in their face?
No, they wouldn't have agreed. At least this way, Morgan can come around on their own terms. It's our best shot at making this work, so please, bear with me.
Fine. But you better keep your end of the deal when this is all over.
You keep doing this, both of us will be celebrating. Neither one of us will be tortured.
I sure hope so. Like we rehearsed, okay?
Okay. So, Amon, tell me about your day. What's been troubling you?
Well, this morning I ran out of my favorite cereal, Demonos, and I couldn't have breakfast because I don't really like the eggs down here. So I guess that's been on my mind quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
Stop that! What do you say here?
Sorry for your loss?
No. Ask Amon, how's that troubling them?
Alrighty. So, how's that been troubling you?
Well, it is my favorite breakfast cereal. It's the one my mom would get for me every day when I still lived with her. Now that I'm all alone in my home, which is more or less a hole in the ground, I don't have a mom who buys me cereal anymore. And that makes me sad. Really sad.
Now look what you made me do. They're doing that thing again.
No, Morgan. This is healthy. Amon is processing the impact of their absent mother. This is progress. This is good.
Really?
Yes, really. If a client cries during a session, you let them cry. Forcing them to bottle their feelings up is the opposite of what we want to do here. Now, when it's appropriate, what do you do next?
There, Amon.
No, Morgan. Firstly, you didn't ask if it was okay for you to touch them. That may be something Amon's not comfortable with. Secondly, an awkward display of concern like that probably isn't going to make Amon feel any better.
It kind of does, actually.
Not the point. Now, let me show you what I mean. It's clear that you're very personally affected by your mother not living with you anymore. Are you two still in touch?
I mean, I want to be. She kind of made me move out a little while ago. Something about me needing to grow up, but I am grown up. At least I'm a big demon now.
Do you feel like you're grown up?
I don't know. What does being a grown up even look like?
Coming here, talking to me like this is a good start.
How?
Confronting these painful feelings, coming to terms with them. Now, does that sound like the mature thing to do?
You've got a point there. Still, it doesn't help me feel less alone, less out of place.
It's the first step though. And living by yourself can be hard, but it can be done. And without your mom too. Tell you what, next time you run out of your favorite breakfast cereal, why don't you go get it yourself? And if you miss your mum, just give her a call. It's harsh, but she didn't do it to hurt you, just to help you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give her a call right now.
What was that?
Therapy. Bit of a humanistic approach there, but different clients need different kinds of therapy. Have to combine certain approaches, integrate them together, like a chef mixing ingredients together.
Never thought about it like that before.
I'm not surprised. Let me guess, you slept through all your classes?
No, not all of them.
Right. Sounds like someone's in a good mood.
I just talked to my mom. I'm seeing her tonight at the Magnarium.
I'm really glad to hear. This is great progress.
What's a magnarium?
It's like an aquarium, only it's filled with magma, not water.
What even lives in a magnarium?
Magma fish, magma sharks, magma octopi.
Doesn't sound too different.
It's really not. Look, now I want you to give it a go. Ask Amon how they're feeling right now.
Are you sure?
You'll be fine. If you were paying attention, weren't you?
Of course. What do you take me for?
You don't want me to answer that question. Now be a goddamn therapist already.
Right. So, Amon, you've got plans with your mum tonight. How are you feeling?
Excited, ecstatic, exhilarated, overjoyed. Scared. Really scared.
Scared? What do you mean by that?
I haven't seen my mom in over 300 years. What if she doesn't like how I'm dressed? Or how big my horns have gotten? Or the tattoo on my butt?
Tattoo?
Oh, hell. What if she's bored of the Magnarium? What if she's bored of me? What if the Magnarium's closed tonight? I can't just call her after 300 years and then immediately cancel on her. She'll end up canceling on me forever. And it'll all be my fault. I should have never called her. It was all a big fat mistake.
That's not a mistake, though. You wanted to reconnect with your mum and you reached out to her. You shouldn't feel bad or guilty about that at all. Look, Amon, all this is just in your head. There's nothing that can go wrong. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
I need to go.
Wait,
What was that?
I thought
What was that?
I was trying to help.
You were doing the complete opposite of helping. The only thing worse than telling your client to bottle their feelings up is to deny their feelings altogether. To gaslight your own client's emotions like that? That was some of the worst therapy I have ever seen, Morgan. And I've seen some god-awful therapy.
Well, what did you expect me to do?
Anything but that.
Well, what would you have done? Amon was having a panic attack. I couldn't just do nothing.
Considering what you ended up saying, it would have been better for you to do nothing. I've got to find them now before they do anything foolish.
Wait, let me make up for this. Let me help.
No,
Please.
you just make things worse. Just stay here. Let me fix your mess before Lucifer finds out what's happened.
Alrighty, last drinks. Get your last bit of gasoline before I kick you all out.
Another one, please.
I don't know, you seem pretty out of it.
Another one, please.
Asking me twice is not going to get you another drink, especially not with that attitude, newbie.
Morgan, been dead for about a month. And I only just found this place. Would have done wonders for me before. Oh.
I picked it. Now, what's got you down?
I'm a terrible therapist and a terrible person. I should just give up. Except that I'm never getting any sleep again.
Harsh.
Oh.
Why worry about therapy here, though? You're dead. You don't need to worry about that anymore.
I'm not supposed to tell anyone, but Lucifer, dear old Lucy, they've got big plans. And I'm part of them. Don't know why they chose me, but here I am, supposedly the face of their amazing therapy program. Except it's not amazing, because I'm the face of it. And I'm terrible. Terrible. Oh.
Sure, you're not terrible. In fact, I think you're the perfect person for this program.
You think so?
I can just tell. And if you keep your chin up, you'll do wonders here in hell. Don't worry about the naysayers. They don't know what they're talking about.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly. And as for Lucifer, I'm sure they know what they're doing. They always seem to.
You seem to know a lot about Lucifer, you know?
You could say that. Let's just say we both had big plans for hell, and circumstances just favored Lucifer a bit more than me.
Is that why you're running a bar?
Let's not dwell on that. Now, I'm going to give you this. It'll do wonders for you.
What is this exactly?
Don't worry your little head about it. Just know that it'll help you if you feel like you need a little boost.
Thanks.
Don't thank me, thank Lucifer. The two of you will get everything you deserve, and this program of yours will be a big splash here in hell.
Cryptic, but okay.
Just watch yourself on the way out, and Morgan, send Lucifer my regards.
So sorry. But I do believe we had an appointment.
Oh, right. I completely forgot about that. Can we reschedule?
I'm terribly sorry, but we simply can't. I just don't have the time, and I've
That's
already
it,
come
that's it.
all this way.
Come in. Excuse my attire. I've been making more of an effort to keep myself active since I got this job.
Of course. I'm just here to check in on your most recent project, your therapy program.
Right. Going very swimmingly, I can assure you of that, yes.
Lovely. So this mortal soul of yours,
And so?
right, this damned soul you've chosen to be your therapist, are they doing okay?
Whatever do you mean?
Well, are they settling in okay? Have they taken to the the clientele that they're working with down here? Is their head doing all right?
All such wonderful questions. All such brilliant questions. And to all of them, my answer is a very confident, very assured yes.
Okay. Well, as long as you're being honest with me.
I can guarantee you that not a single lie has left my mouth since we started talking.
Great. Is it okay if I see the therapist? Morgan was the name, right?
Yes, of course not. Of course not. Morgan is very busy, unbelievably busy. You know, with all the demons and damn souls they're seeing.
I'm afraid I don't know. Actually, there's no therapy up in heaven.
Well, that can't be right.
No, in heaven, no one needs therapy. We're all perfectly adjusted. We're all good souls, so no problems to talk about, none whatsoever. We're totally fine.
I see. Sounds like paradise then.
That's the intention. Anyway, I should really be going. I have 7 more appointments after this, and it seems like everything's going well down here, so I won't be bothering you any longer. Good day.
Fascinating. Ah, Morgan, just the person who I was wanting to see. You're only 3 days late.
I lost track of time.
That's natural down here, for newbies anyway. But hey, you're here now. So how are things?
Oh, great, fine. Everything's fine.
So how's your therapy with the Mon tracking?
Oh, that fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Right. Could you maybe elaborate on that?
What I mean is we're making great progress. Leaps and bounds. That kind of fine.
Good. Great. Wonderful then. If that's how things are, you'll have no trouble at all with your next client.
Next client?
You didn't think your job was limited to just one demon, did you? When I said you would be the face of my new program, Morgan, I meant it. Right. Your next client is already waiting for you in your office.
Right. Great.
I said your next client. They're waiting for you in your office, Morgan.
Oh, seriously?
Yes, Morgan. And this time, there's someone you know very well.
Oh God. No.
Oh, no, not like that. In a way, they know everyone who's died. You know them as Death, the Grim Reaper, the Harvester of Souls. Adler.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
As hard as it may be, just treat them with a little bit of respect, will you? They're old, even by my standards. And I'm about as old as the universe.
I'll keep that in mind. Anything else I should know about them?
Oh, there is one more thing, actually. It's a
Oh,
particular...
did you find a replacement for me?
Oh, no, I wish. No, Morgan, it's about a particular damn member of hell. Charlie. Have you heard of that name?
No, I can't say I have.
That's a shame. They could learn a thing or two from your example. I tried to ring them a while back, actually. About their assigned torture program, I mean. But heard nothing back. Well, do keep an eye and ear out for them, okay?
I'll do my best. Oh, my head's killing me. Oh. Should I?
Up. I'm up. You were supposed to be here an hour ago.
I'm sorry. I just need to wake up. And I'm awake. Oh, wide awake actually. Well, I don't feel tired at all.
Well, that makes one of us. I'm pooped. Tired bones, tired eyes, tired. Everywhere.
That sounds really bad. Any reason why?
Is it not obvious? I'm freaking deaf. Do you know how many humans die every single Earth year?
1,000?
Try approximately 55 million. And that's in this century, where everyone lives longer and longer and dies later and later. On average, 2 die every second. And I'm the one who has to pick up the slack. Only me, no one else. Do you know how much effort it takes to drag a soul from the living realm and place it here, or purgatory, or heaven?
A bit.
Try a lot. It took me the equivalent of 3 Earth hours to drag your sorry soul from your sleeping corpse down here. If it wasn't for the fact that I could bend time and space, it wouldn't be possible at all.
Isn't there anyone else that can do your job?
No one's that trained. Santa might be able to take a crack at it, but he only works once a year. Rest of the year, he delegates to his wife, the elves, and the reindeer. He'd just slow me down. I just want to get out of the job. But how? No one else can do it. But I don't know how much longer these tired old bones can keep up with the mortal death toll.
Santa's real? Oh.
Look, you seem like a fine, upstanding mortal, but it appears as though you can't help me. I don't even know why I came to this stupid thing in the first place. Lucifer said this could help. I'll see myself out.
Wait. Okay. I have a solution for you. What about you just stop doing your job?
I'm sorry. I don't think I heard you clearly. These ears don't exactly work like they used to.
Quit your job. If it's making you this miserable, and it sounds like it's making your life fall apart, then just stop doing it. Stop being death and go take a vacation. Out on the beach or on a cruise or whatever it is supernatural beings like yourself like to do. Just stop doing the thing that's sucking your life dry.
You know, that sounds like a jolly good idea. Thank you, mortal therapist human. You might have just saved me.
Something I haven't messed up for once.
Right.
Oh.
According to plan.
This better be good. I'm having the worst headache right now.
I can assure you, your headache is nothing compared to mine. Have you seen the news?
What am I looking at here?
You tell me. Apparently no one's dying on the living realm, not even if they're electrocuted, drowned, or cut into a million little pieces. They're still alive and in incredible pain. Not even the personalized torture programs down here are that cruel, Morgan.
And what makes you think I have something to do with it?
Oh, I don't know. Might have something to do with the fact that just the other day I sent you the personification of death for some therapy. What in hell's name did you say to them, Morgan?
I told them to quit their job.
Quit their job? Quit their job? But the love of Beelzebub, Morgan, you don't just tell Adler, the only one who takes souls to their designated places, to take a break. It's only been a few days and already the news is calling it the day death died. Do you know what had to happen? What had to happen last time to correct such a massive lapse in people dying and crossing over successfully?
I'm afraid to ask.
Ask away, Morgan. I'm sure the answer will delight you.
What exactly?
It was the bubonic plague, Morgan. The last time Adler took a few days off to, and I quote, catch up on some Z's, us demons around here had to pick up the slack. We devised a plague that would kill the millions that were supposed to die. It Ended up killing millions more in the process. And this time around, it was 3 days, Morgan. The amount of paperwork I have to fill out this time, it's just...
Do you want me to say sorry?
I don't know what I want you to do, Morgan. If it wasn't for the fact you were my headlining therapist, I would have taken you straight to the worst torture imaginable. The hole of nothingness, a place where your senses are starved for 60 minutes, followed by 5 minutes of some food or painting or music even, and then back to nothingness. I wouldn't have wished it on the worst of my enemies.
Look, I said I'm sorry, okay?
Are you really, Morgan?
What do you want me to do to fix this?
There's not a lot you can do to fix this, Morgan. I'll try to do what I can here, but what would really make this whole mess go away is if Adler took some overtime for the next couple of days, and they're not gonna like that.
How do we do that?
Oh, no, Morgan, not we, but you. Find Adler and somehow convince them to work triple shifts for the next few days.
Where would I even find them?
They might be in the Viridian Library, in the beanbag room. It's reserved for demons and Adler. But if you say you're with me, you should be fine.
And where even is this Viridian Library?
It's about a 10-minute walk from your office. You can't miss it. Now hurry, go. The sooner we resolve this mess, the less likely things to go any more pear-shaped. Shoo!
Hello, this is Charlie. I can't come to the phone right now. Please leave a message. Thank you.
Morgan, Charlie, it's Lucifer here. Morgan messed up and now things are a mess on Earth and by extension here. I wouldn't normally ring you, but something's up. I need you to talk to Morgan. I don't know what happened between you and Morgan, but I really need you to come through here. Might be the best chance between Hell having a therapy program and all of us biting the dust. Please call me back. I need you. Bye.
Knock, knock.
Whatever you're about to say, I'm not listening. For the first time in what feels like forever, I am relaxed, at one with the books.
And that's great, but there's something happening up on Earth, and
Let someone else deal with that. Lie down with me. Relax.
as tempting as that is, I'm gonna have to pass on that. You see, I have a job to do, and
What you have to do, just quit, like I did, like you told me to. Best decision I ever made, and it's all thanks to you.
think the advice I gave you was that helpful.
Nonsense. I feel great. My bones aren't aching for once, and I can finally take a moment and breathe without reaping a soul.
How can you relax like this, knowing what's happening up on Earth without your involvement?
Because this feels good. And if relaxing feels this good, and my work felt so bad, why should I go back?
Because the people in the living realm need you.
No, they don't. They're fine. They can be fine without me.
I beg to differ. Now, are you going to get up or not?
I'm not moving from this spot for anything or anyone. And how would you know that? You haven't done my job, not even for a day.
Look, that may be true, but at least I still have a job. A job I've been neglecting for far too long. And I know that it's just so tempting to just have to nap all day and never have to worry about your problems or your job, but guess what? It's still there. And things are just going to keep getting worse if you keep ignoring your duties. I mean, what happens when this bliss turns to numbness. Besides, people are suffering because of a job you're not doing. So wake up and get out of your bubble.
1 minute you tell me to quit my job, and the next minute you tell me to get back to work. What a hypocrite.
The advice I gave you was, quite frankly, not well thought out. And hey, I'm a bit hypocrite, but at least I'm aware of it.
And what about my original problem? You don't think it's concerning that I'm still the only one who reaps souls?
I may have a solution. Apprentices.
Apprentices?
You said that no one else had the capacity to do your job. Well, what if you could train your replacements? And that way, you could even retire one day, have one of them become the new death. Then you really could relax for the rest of eternity.
What makes you think that's going to work?
Hey, it worked for the old seer of hell.
You know, you've got a point there. You know what? Thinking about it some more, it doesn't sound like a half bad idea. Okay. That does it. I'm getting out of here.
Looks like I did something good for once. Oh.
Morgan, this is a library. You can't snore in here. You're going to disturb the book bugs.
Oh, did I doze off again? Wait, what are you doing here?
Silly Billy, I work here. Designing torture programs was never really my thing anyway.
That makes some sense. Hey, you're not still mad at me for before, right?
For what?
I gave you such terrible advice. I thought I was helping you, but turns out my therapy was just hurting you.
Well, it was pretty mean of you, but it's all magma under the bridge on one condition.
And what would that be exactly?
You have to, should have thought of this before. I know. Come with me to the Magnarium sometime.
Amon, I'm your therapist. I can't.
Not as my therapist, silly, as my friend.
As your friend? I'm sorry, but that's still a no-no. I can either be your therapist or your friend. I can't be both. That kind of dual relationship is just unethical. And I know I may not have been the most ethical of therapists, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
Look, we can still go if you really, really want to. Consider it an unorthodox form of environmental therapy.
Yay!
Okay. Good to see you excited, but hey, just don't forget about boundaries, okay?
Yeah.
So, how did things go with your mum?
I didn't go. I really, really wanted to, but my brain, there were so many thoughts, so many feelings, telling me all the bad things that would happen, telling me that everything would go wrong and my mom would hate me forever and I froze and I
That seems pretty heavy. So let's dissect that. Your mum was going to come over and your brain.
My brain was sending me really bad thoughts. I was feeling really, really, really awful.
But why though? I mean, from what you've told me, everything your mum has done for you has been from a place of genuine care. I mean, I'm not excusing the method she chose, but you haven't done anything to warrant her eternal hatred.
I know, but my brain still tells me like she hates me. Sometimes I feel like she would be better off with someone else for a child.
Let's try reframing those thoughts. So, your mum looked after you until you were a big, strong, adult demon. Then she saw you were getting picked on and realized that while you were still living with her, you were probably not going to develop the resilience and maturity which you needed for a healthy emotional well-being. Look, Amon, your mum could always fight your battles for you, but unless she showed you how to fight them for yourself, you'd always be dependent on her, and you never rely on your own unique gifts. Making you move out may have been harsh, and your brain may tell you that it's because she doesn't love you anymore. But given all the time and energy she spent looking after you, isn't it more likely that she wants to see you succeed? That she wants to make you a better person? And she saw that the only way to do that was to detach you from her? I mean, I'm sure if she saw the kind, friendly, sensitive demon I see sitting right in front of me, she would have thought to herself, there's no better demon to be my child than this one right here. Now, how does that make you feel?
Wow, that's a lot, but this time it makes me feel good.
That's the goal. So whenever you're feeling down or down in the dumps or overwhelmed, try to do what I did there for you. Try to look at things from a different perspective. That being said, though, it's not always going to be enough, and you may freeze. So whenever that happens, I want you to try this. Focus on 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste.
Got it. Do I try that now?
Yeah, sure. What's 5 things you can see?
Book, beanbag, you.
Nice. All right. And what about 4 things you can touch?
Floor, beanbag, horns, you.
Okay, just remember, boundaries, yeah? Now, what's 3 things you can hear?
Beanbag, me, you.
Getting there. And what's 2 things you can smell?
Paper, sulfur.
And finally, what's 1 thing you can taste?
Paper.
Okay.
I was a bit peckish before, and books taste pretty good.
good to know. So, how are you feeling now?
Good. Really good. No nerves.
That's the aim of that technique. It's meant to ground you, keep you out of your head and out of your anxieties. Well, at least that's what Charlie told me. So, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to call my mom, apologize, and reschedule for today.
Sounds like a plan.
You want to come with? You can meet my mom.
Oh, I would love to, Amon, but it sounds like you guys have some catching up to do, and maybe next time. Besides, I've got to go find Charlie.
Charlie? They're asleep, except on the floor.
Well, that's definitely not concerning. All right, I'm calling this impromptu therapy sesh close for the day. Give my regards to your mom.
Go away. No one's here.
You sure about that?
Morgan, leave me alone. No visitors, especially you.
I'm aware of that, but
Then leave. You're never going to change. You'll always be the insufferable asshole that didn't even know the basics, let alone the nuances of therapy.
you're right. But look, at
Then
least I...
just go. Face it. Both of us are doomed. Eternal damnation. Might as well just accept it. It's futile to do anything.
If you could just leave your pity party for just a moment and let me finish. Look, you're right. I was the worst kind of therapist, and it was not just hurting me, but everyone around me. But at the same time, no, I've changed. Well, at least I think I have. Enough that what I'm doing is actually making people feel better rather than worse.
You're just saying that. I haven't seen you get any better. All I've seen is you taking out your frustrations on others with catastrophic consequences, no less. Like Amon. Do you really think that what you did there was making Amon a better demon? Or Adler? Did you stop to think for a moment the ramifications of the...
No, but see, that's what I'm trying to say. Things have changed. I just had a session with Amon in the library of all places, and we may have made a major breakthrough. Without the two, also in the library. The library really is a good place for therapy. Huh.
I have always found libraries a good place for practically anything. Regardless, doesn't change how I see you.
Maybe not, but look, help me help you. I mean, it's clear that something is up with you too.
I'm your therapist. It's a bit unorthodox to give me therapy, isn't it?
I'm also a therapist, and I think you need it right now. Besides, didn't you say that I needed to practice more?
I suppose I did. Well, go on then. What's wrong with me? How would you approach our session?
I guess I would start with this gold standard question. What's been going through your head lately?
Bare bones start, but it'll do, I suppose. I guess the short answer is a lot. And the longer answer is a lot.
Care to elaborate?
No.
You sure? might just help.
Probably won't.
You don't know that unless you at least try, Charlie.
I'm fine. Really, I am. This was a mistake. You should just go. Leave me alone, Morgan. Things will probably be better that way.
Look, if you don't want to open up to me, that's fine. This is ultimately on your terms, but I can't help you when you're bottling up your feelings like this. And I know that hiding your emotions may seem like it's helping you, but in the long term, it's just going to hurt you. Trust me, I've been there. We've all been there. So please, Charlie, help me help you. Let me help you, please. Look, I'm here whenever you need to talk. Just take care of yourself, all right?
I'm angry. I'm sad. There's so many emotions, so much I can't. I'm paralyzed, immobilized, numb. Not even enough energy to leave my house or answer any phone calls or even to read a book. I've lost the energy to even pretend to be in pain at my own daily torture. There's nothing left for me in hell to give me meaning, but I can't exactly leave. So I'm trapped. I'm trapped and it's all because of you.
Me?
Yes, you. If you hadn't died when you did, or if Lucifer hadn't been so fixated on choosing a freshly condemned person, then I could have been doing something that gave me meaning, something that gave me escape from my own personal torture. I could have been helping so many people, Morgan. So many more than you hurt.
Okay, look, that's not fair. I didn't choose to die when I did. And as for Lucifer, I don't know why they chose me. I still don't. I mean, why choose someone like me and not someone like you? Someone who actually cared, someone who was actually qualified. Then I realized something.
What was that?
What if Lucifer chose me because they wanted someone who'd started out rotten, someone who could become better as a therapist and as a person during their time in hell, better than they ever could while they were still alive?
Your theory may have some merit. There's something I need to tell you.
You were secretly a serial killer, and that's the real reason you're sent to hell?
Very funny. No, you see, it was no accident that I ended up being your therapist. Lucifer was trying to observe two things. One, whether the well-being of the demons and the damned souls of hell would improve with a therapist. And two, whether a dirtbag or excuse of a therapist could be rehabilitated and become a better person and therapist with the help of another more qualified therapist with therapy. And I'm reluctant to say this, but you may have ticked both boxes.
So Lucifer and you guys were tricking me this whole time? The whole time?
Tricking is the wrong word here. It was more withholding the truth for the sake of the experiment, which is about to end in a big fat failure.
What do you mean by that?
By now, the angel assigned to oversee Lucifer's project, Castiel, has most likely seen what has happened with Adler and is probably terminating the experiment as we speak.
And what happens if the experiment terminates?
Lucifer has to immediately retire. You and I will probably get sent to double hell, and Amon will probably lose their job over this.
Seriously? And there's a double hell too? Ugh.
Technically, it's a part of hell, just a bit lower down. The torture programs down there are reportedly doubly worse, hence the name.
Well, we have to go to Lucifer's office right now. Surely there must be something we can do about this.
Why should you care? Isn't this a gig that you've hated since the start? Aren't you glad it's all over?
The old me would have said yes within a heartbeat. But now I can't really say for sure. I've kind of gotten used to it. To hell. It's grown on me. It's actually kind of nice once you get used to it. It's like when you move house and you're reluctant to plant your roots in at first, but when you do, it actually feels really good. And I'm not ready to give it up. Not just yet.
Wow. I really have misjudged you. Well, go.
You're not coming?
Why should I? I just don't see why I need to be there.
Don't you want to feel less trapped? Might just help.
No, I won't. I'll just be confronted by everything that's making me feel this way.
Consider it exposure therapy.
Not 100% accurate, but I'll bite. Let's go.
So what I'm hearing is death is currently off the clock for the first time in 700 years, leaving souls unable to die or pass on to their designated afterlives. And all of this is because of your therapy program?
Lucy's therapy program, not mine. I had nothing to do with it.
I'm sure you managed to find some way to meddle with it.
Oh, please. I've always worked twice as hard as you ever did. You just happened to be their favorite. Little goofball, always dreaming big, but always failing big too. If I hadn't interfered, which I didn't, it would have failed anyway.
That's it.
I'm not here to witness your petty squabbles. I'm here to pronounce this experiment a critical failure.
But Cassiel, Adler's already back at work, and they've got apprentices now. Even you have to admit, despite the mess, the outcome is better for it. I'm sure if we talk things out a bit more, we can reach some kind of understanding.
The end doesn't justify the means here. Your test subject caused exponential harm, leaving a mess that my team and I have to clean up. Things haven't been this dire since the pestilence. And there's still the fact that you had another damned soul helping your designated therapist without my permission. No, this experiment ends here. Lucifer, you're to pack up your things immediately.
What are you saying?
Effective today, you're retired, out of this job.
Does that mean...
No, not right now. There will be an application and interview period, and you can apply for the position then like everyone else.
But I'm the only other apprentice. It should be me.
You're lucky I'm not barring you from the position, Azazel. That was my initial plan for you. Do you want me to go back to my original plan?
Please, can't you give me another chance?
I wish I could, but the higher-ups were already reluctant to let you conduct this experiment in the first place. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Not at all.
I'm sorry?
We made it. Just in time.
I'm afraid it's too late, Morgan. The experiment is over. A complete and utter failure.
Except it's not. I've improved. I've changed. I actually care about my job and my clients. Haven't I proved that already?
Whatever you did with Adler may have helped make this mess smaller, but it still doesn't excuse your transgressions. I'm sorry, but my hands are tied. The verdict still stands.
Then let me prove it to you. Right here, right now. One final session before you wrap this experiment up.
But who would be your client?
You, of course.
That's a cute thought, but I'm an angel. We don't need therapy. We don't have problems like the demons and damned souls here.
You don't have to be in some kind of crisis to need it. Everyone needs therapy. It can help you in ways you never expected it to. So, care to give it a chance?
Well, I might as well experience this program firsthand before shutting it down. All right, Morgan, where are we doing this?
Right here. If that's okay with you, Lucifer?
It's fine. This might not even be my office any longer anyway. You're welcome to use my chair, Morgan.
Gladly. Now, can you all go away for a bit?
No, this isn't supposed to be happening. Why are you giving them a chance, Cassiel?
I'm not giving the program's future a chance yet. Just Morgan.
I'm not going anyway.
I'll handle this.
Call us if you need us.
Sure. So, how are you feeling right now?
I'm not sure. How am I supposed to be feeling now?
That all depends on you.
I'm feeling fine.
What's fine for you?
I'm functioning. Isn't that enough?
It's great that you're functioning, but you're not a robot. You know, if there's things you're feeling that aren't particularly good, now's the time to talk about them. Any feelings, any experiences that have got you feeling down?
Nope, none whatsoever.
You sure about that? Sounds like you do.
I can assure you I don't. Really.
Look, this may not be heaven, but this is a safe space. You can say anything you feel like saying, anything at all. You don't have to keep any secrets here.
Heaven is okay.
Yeah, but
That's the thing. Heaven is okay, but it's also not. That's the problem.
how is heaven okay and not okay? Is heaven like Schrodinger's cat?
In heaven, the angels are supposed to make sure that the blessed souls have everything they could ever want, anytime, anywhere, so on and so on. But it's not healthy, not long term.
How is eternal bliss not healthy? Sounds great to me. Sorry, go on.
Well, eventually, the blessed souls become lethargic and zombie-like. They grow numb to their personalized bliss programs. Yet we angels have to keep taking care of them forever. It's our purpose. Even if we eventually become numb too. Oh, the monotony can turn your brain to mush, drive you insane. But we still have to keep working regardless.
And what happens if you don't?
We don't have many options. Most of us either pretend everything's okay until we implode, or we deviate, become purposeless. We freeze. Unlike demons, we're not as adaptable to change. or deviating from our role in the universe.
Wow. So heaven is just as messed up as hell, if not more so?
It would seem that way. But like I said before, we're fine. We don't need therapy.
Quite frankly, it sounds like you all do.
Do I have to repeat myself? We're fine. This is no biggie.
Except it's not. I mean, are you even hearing yourself right now? You're in denial of just how messed up things have become in heaven. And you know what can help with that?
I don't know, for there's nothing wrong at all.
Okay. Tell me this. What happens if you do nothing? Nothing at all. Really, really think about it.
I guess the blessed souls continue being zombies. Any souls that get sent up to heaven would eventually suffer a similar fate. The angels assigned to them would continue to be conflicted. They would also be suffering. But wait, that can't be right. Heaven isn't supposed to be a place for suffering. Hell is where the torture programs are designed, not heaven.
That may be so, but based on what you've told me, eternal bliss ends up being its own kind of torture, really.
What do I do now? I can barely be thinking about this. It's not exactly something I'm supposed to be thinking about.
Have you talked to any of your angel friends about this? The blessed souls? Anyone?
No, it's an unspoken rule to not talk about anything troubling us, because why would anything trouble anyone in heaven?
Because even in paradise, there can still be problems. Problems that are made worse by pretending that they don't even exist. You shouldn't feel the need like you have to hide anything at all. Therapy can still help if something's bothering you, even if it's only a little bit.
Then what do I do now?
Well, let's start with you. Seeing the angels, the blessed souls, going through this kind of suffering, that must be difficult for you. How do you normally cope with this? Other than being in denial, of course.
I don't do anything really. Usually I just pretend everything's fine, that it's not real.
Okay. Then I want you to try this. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, and out for 8.
How will that help?
Just trust me, okay? Now, how does that feel?
Better. That actually feels better. We don't have anything like that in heaven. Where did you pick that up from?
From my therapist. It's supposed to help with nerves. Although, I have to admit, what we've talked about here is going to take more than one session.
It will.
Yep. And we're running out of time, and what you've told me may seem small and insignificant to you, but it's actually a really big deal. And I don't want to rush this. That being said, though, there's not really much I can do if you're shutting down the program.
I'll talk to my higher ups, show them what you've taught me, see if we can give you another chance.
Really?
Yep, that was liberating. I finally see that heaven may need therapy after all.
Need any help?
Nah, I think I've covered.
I've decided to not shut down the program. In fact, I should be able to have it expanded.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know how you managed to do it, Morgan, but you did.
You're welcome. And hey, no more secrets, yeah?
No more secrets with this program, for now. But seriously, though, I must apologize for not giving you the full picture sooner. The experiment wouldn't have worked if you knew Charlie was purposely planted as your therapist.
It's fine. Besides, it did help me. It changed me for the better. So I guess I should be thanking you in a way.
So no hard feelings then?
I wouldn't exactly say that.
This is an
but-
outrage. You can't seriously be giving this therapy thing a shot. Who knows? They'll mess up again.
Regardless of future consequences, Morgan has demonstrated to me that heaven is facing a crisis. Lucifer's therapy program may just be the thing we need.
Lucifer is a joke. This whole therapy thing is a joke.
No one's joking here.
If you won't stop this, I will.
And if you won't back down, I'll be taking you with me. I can drop you off in the flower fields. The rainbows there are just dazzling this time of eternity.
No, that would be torture.
Then leave this alone. Or better yet, book a session. I think some therapy would do you good too. Don't make me ask again.
Fine.
Good. Now, Morgan, you'll be hearing from me soon. You have the option of either moving to heaven to conduct therapy there or staying here. I will give a choice, but I personally recommend heaven.
Well, isn't that an unbiased opinion?
Perhaps. Anyway, what's your decision?
I think I should stay here.
Any reason why?
This place started off as somewhere I just want to escape. But now I wouldn't dream of being anywhere else, really. Plus, heaven could get boring pretty quickly, and I have a feeling this place never gets boring.
Fair enough. Hell is the place to be, after all.
Hey, Cassiel, I have something to propose. You see Charlie over there?
Yes, what about Charlie?
Take them with you to heaven. If you need to expand the program, you might as well expand the number of therapists you have on duty.
That's a good point. Well, Charlie, I'm willing to overlook your list of shenanigans that Lucifer involved you in. It's quite a long list. Plus, there'll be no more torture program.
Free?
Well, we can't exactly give you a paradise program either, but we can give you books, a library even, anything to help with your work in heaven.
I don't know what to say. I don't think I'm at a good enough level of mental health for that. Is it all right if I just take a break first? Pre-work vacation?
Unorthodox, but there will be a large amount of paperwork that needs to be done before the expansion can be finalised, plus several meetings with the council and post-council meetings. I suppose you should have a significant amount of time to what's the word? Relax?
Thank you. Thank you all.
I should be thanking you, Charlie. None of this would have been possible without your help. Plus, I would be a lot more insufferable.
True, and very, very true. But hey, this isn't goodbye. When I'm all well rested, we'll continue our sessions, okay?
Sure, anytime.
Lucifer, I trust you'll be running a tight ship here?
Absolutely.
Good.
Well, Morgan, you did it. I couldn't be prouder.
Yeah. Just don't go all mushy on me.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's just.
I'll be at my bar if you need me.
Wait a minute, please. Morgan, can you wait for me?
In your office?
In yours, Morgan. Book myself and Azzy in for some group therapy.
What? I didn't agree to this.
Just hear me out, okay? Morgan, if you could be a dear.
Yeah, of course. Just don't keep me waiting too long, all right?
You really had to go and succeed at one of your little schemes again, didn't you?
I never meant to hurt you, Azzy. I just wanted hell to be the best it
It
could
was
be.
never about hell. You just wanted to look good, have everyone shower you with attention, go, oh, great Lucy, our hero, our savior. Face it, you're an attention hog, and it was always about you.
Look, at first, I wanted the denizens of hell to love me. And I most certainly didn't want Heaven's Council to almost have their way with me. I knew I was taking a big risk with this program, but I knew if it worked, it would mean big things for us, for me and you. I care about my job, I care about the program, I care about the demons and damned souls here in hell. I care about my plans, my programs, my schemes, and all of that. But what I really care about is you, Azzy. I want to reconnect with you. You're my first business partner. Hell, you are my best business partner.
Is that true?
With every fiber of my immortal being.
I must admit, spent so long resenting you that I forgot how good we were when we worked together.
Then will you come back? Will you work with me like old times?
I don't know if that's possible. Not at this point in our lives. But I'm willing to give therapy a shot with you.
That's enough for me at this point in our lives. So, Friday at 10?
I have a damn soul I'm working on. Tuesday morning's all right.
Book it.
Consider it booked.